What's up, YouTube? Big G here. Got a Saturday slate of 8 games tonight. A lot of different things going on. We got a lot of back-to-backs, a lot of value plays with lower salary players, some injuries. A little late today getting this out. Hopefully, people can get these picks into their lineups before lock at 7. But but it did help in a way that we did get some injury news earlier today that actually affects our lineup and roster construction, how we view our core guys. So it is good in a way. But before I get started on that, I wanted to do kind of a tip of the day. I want to do a tip of the day each time that I do one of these videos, do some picks, just to help anyone out there that's looking to get an edge, get some help if you're not doing too well in your picks. Just get better, take it to the next level. So today's tip is to get some sort of app or follow on Twitter, something that would account for the injuries that they come in as soon as possible, because you want to know that, because that can change everything for that night of games. Even if you don't have, take for example, the Wall injury earlier in the week. I wasn't playing Wall that night, but the guys filling in for him, and his usage is he has such a high usage rate that you want to know that, because then you can pivot off of I can't remember who I was playing that night, but I pivoted off them to Sadaransky and Austin Rivers, and at that point their salaries are so low and their usage to fill in for Wall becomes so high that it just becomes a no-brainer to put them in, and it helps tremendously, and that changes your roster at other positions because you have more money to spend at other positions. You can get your studs in there, get higher paid players. It changes everything. So get that app on your phone and look at that, definitely before lock, but look at that and take that into account when you're making your rosters. So move on to tonight's games. There, like I said, 8 games, a lot of back-to-backs from last night. We had a couple of overtime games last night. Toronto and Brooklyn went to OT, and I think OKC and Chicago went to OT as well. But and that'll affect things tonight just a little bit, not everything, but just a little bit. So we'll start our picks with go down to Enes Kanter. He's kind of up and down, so it's a little bit of a risky pick, but big men just trash Brooklyn. It's not even fair. Brooklyn ranks 25th overall against centers. If you look at the game log going back, he's had a few big games compared to his salary. Not too great in the last 2 matchups, but this is going to be a little bit better than that Washington matchup last week, where he scored 38.5 on a salary of 6,600. I see him scoring in the 40s. And on a salary of 7,300, that's good. Brooklyn went to overtime, like I said, last night, and they're traveling back, not too far, but they're going to be on the road, and that's going to help Kanter. Next pick, we're going to go to forward, and we're going to go to Trey Lyles. And if you look at Lyles' game log from last night, he got a decent amount of run, and it's only going to get better going forward. Millsap with a foot injury, he's going to be out for a while. Lyles is most likely the guy that's going to take his spot. Not take his spot, but eat up a bunch of those minutes. So if you look at, he scored 22 last night. His salary is the same, so DraftKings hasn't upped it yet, but it will go up in the next, probably by the next game it's going to go up. So take advantage of this one. he's gonna get a lot. His usage is gonna go up, and you want that for that value. So if he got 22 points last night, he's probably, I'm looking at 25 to 28. Nothing crazy, but at that value, you can go up and get spend up on someone else in the lineup. So we'll take Trey Lyles at 3,500, and we're gonna look at the 3 spot, Otto Porter. And so this is going to be a good matchup for him. Tonight, he's been just crushing it since Dwight Howard's been out. He had one dud game against New Orleans, but his price hasn't risen over based on what he's been doing. Cleveland, not very good. Not very good defense, middle of the pack against the 3 spot, and they are also on a back-to-back, so that's only going to help Otto. He really should be valued at, in this game, 7,000, 7,200. So you're getting another value here at a higher price guy, mid-price guy, but that should come in at 5 to 6 times value with the pace that they play at. So we'll go ahead and lock him in. And the next guy we're going to look at is what we're going to do with that money that we saved by playing these value guys. And we're going to go, there are a lot of options. Let's go ahead and put Cantor in our center spot. LeBron's playing tonight. He crushed it last night, but I don't want a piece of him on a back-to-back and against Memphis. That's risky. Cat had one good game. I love Cat, but he has been tough. I've played him a couple times, and he has been disappointing at best in a bunch of those matchups lately. So it's hard for me to play him, although the matchup is not bad. The guy that I would go with is Jokic, Nikola Jokic, and let's take a look at him and his game log. He's playing, again, another Denver guy going up against Atlanta. Also kind of an iffy guy going back. He has a couple of high 30s, low 40 games where he should really be playing in the where you think he's going to score 45, 50, 55 based up on where he's up against in the matchup. But he's been playing, his last few games have been pretty good. He did put up the 67 up against Toronto. But in this matchup, I don't care if he's going up on a back-to-back. He's going against Atlanta, and Atlanta is awful against big men. If you think back, who do they don't? Alex Len, is Alex Len going to play defense against Jokic? I don't think so. So you can go ahead and lock that in, and so that's going to give you an average leftover of 5,900 to play with. You might want to go up again another higher priced guy. You probably won't be able to, depending on the other value that's out there. Any other injury news that comes out that you can change things up, but those are going to be my core for tonight unless anything changes. So that's what I got tonight. If there's any questions that you guys have, anything that you want me to address, leave it down in the comments. As always, a thumbs up. Subscribe is always helpful. Really helps me get some help out, gets my name out, and gets this channel out to as many people as possible, and that would definitely be appreciated. And if you do subscribe, hit that bell so that you're alerted every time that I put out a new video. I'll try and get out a cash lineup review either tonight or tomorrow, like I did last night. But that's what it's looking like for today, Saturday the 8th. And I hope you guys kill it tonight in the cash games. All right. Thank you.